Even just in my everyday, I'm seeing situations differently. So I had a alumni call me and was upset about a situation, and she even called me rude. And it took me off guard, and because I know I'm not a rude person, so I knew that something was going on. And so then I just said, I reflected back to her situation. It sounds like, you felt hurt or you felt isolated when you got this email from me. And I would never want you to feel that way. I would only want you to feel loved when you get an email from me. So how did that make you feel when you got the email from me? And she was like, yeah, to be honest, I just found out this day that my house is going to have to take a lot of work. And so she's like, and I'm really scared and I'm dealing with a lot with her house. And so I was able to kind of bring that to the, okay, well, because of your house situation, you're feeling isolated and scared. And then you get an email from me the same day, and it really set off some emotions that you didn't feel loved and you felt scared. And she was like, yeah, exactly. Thank you for saying that. And I'm like, well, we're here for you. I would never, our family's here for you. So I was just able to like walk her through the process, which before I would have never done that. So it's just neat to kind of apply it in everyday situations, and some situations with my boss where she says things and it makes me feel a little bit distant from her. I didn't realize that before the training, but at the training I realized, oh, it's about attachment. So when she says certain comments, I don't feel like she approves of me, or I feel like we're not connected. So I was in a meeting and she just made a comment like we should have talked about this a long time ago. And I just said, oh, that comment made me feel detached. So I'm going to pull her closer. So I just said, oh, I want you to know, I did want to bring this up sooner. And we did talk about it sooner, but you're right. Like, but I want to make sure, you feeling comfortable with the plan moving forward. And that's why I'm bringing it up now. So, and she was very receptive, and we just talked about it. And it was kind of like, but before I would have heard that comment and I would have shut down, and I would have pulled away from her and avoided her. Yeah. And with this, I was like, oh, I was able to see, I just don't want to be disconnected from her. I need to pull her closer. Practical strategies for how to be emotionally intelligent. I think we all spend a lot of time learning what emotional intelligence is, and we learn about the 5 different components of emotional intelligence, but we don't know how to actually be emotionally intelligent in the workplace. So we have practical strategies that you can apply today to be emotionally intelligent. Because people have to bring their whole self to work. They have to bring every part of themselves to work. And emotions is a huge part of the human life. And so if employees are not talking about what's going on in their life and the emotions that they feel, they're not going to be able to thrive in the workplace, because they're going to be shutting off a part of themselves. And it becomes a barrier for them. And the bottom line is, the ROI, I guess, for an employer is creativity and people being able to thrive and come up with good ideas and feel like they have a sense of belonging. So if we are bringing emotions into the workplace, they will feel like they belong, and they feel like they can bring their entire self to work. And that's where they bring their best self to work.